Yes, we can absolutely grow massive juicy grapes right in a container. Today I'm going to share the exact secrets that keep it healthy, productive and thriving in a pot. Hello and welcome to Garden Priya channel. But we are not stopping there. I'll also be sharing essential care tips on my in-ground grapes, backyard persimmon trees and blueberries. Whether you are growing fruit in containers or directly in the ground, you will find practical tips you can use in your own garden. Let's dive in. When I purchased this Morse grape wine about 2 years ago, I had a problem. I had completely run out of space on my trellis. I really wanted to grow this variety, but I didn't have a spot for another vine in the ground. So instead of giving up, I decided to try an experiment. I planted it in a large container to see whether I could successfully grow and produce grapes in a pot. Honestly, I wasn't sure how well it would do. Fast forward 2 years and I'm really happy with the results. This vine has grown beautifully and today I want to share exactly what I did to help it thrive in a container. If you have ever thought you need a big backyard or a large vineyard to grow grapes, this may change your mind. For long-term success, I recommend using a container that's about 20 inches wide and 20 inches deep. Grapes develop extensive root systems and larger container helps. My soil mix is straightforward, 80 to 90% potting soil and 10 to 20% compost by volume. Spring is a good time to plant. You can begin with either a bare root vine or a small nursery plant. If you are starting with a bare root grape vine, soak the roots in water and then plant it in a hole with biotone starter fertilizer for root development. For training, I select strong shoot and trained it as a main leader, as you can see. I allowed other canes to grow and drape down from the support. Then in late winter, while the vine was dormant, I pruned each cane back to 2 nodes. This encourages vigorous growth and helps maintain a productive, manageable vine in the garden. In the second year, I applied a balanced 10-10-10 fertilizer in early spring. I also gave it a light application of calcium nitrate in late spring. This helped support healthy vine growth and overall plant vigor during active growing season. In front of my grapevine, I have several potted roses growing, so I manage all of them together as part of my container garden. Sometimes I also feed the grapevine with the diluted fish fertilizer that I use for roses. It gives a gentle, quick nutrient boost and supports healthy growth. On the canes where I have fruit set, I also do some light tip pruning. I trim back the growing shoot so the vine doesn't put all its energy into excessive vegetative growth. This helps balance the plant and encourages better development of grape clusters. But keep enough healthy leaves on the plant. Later in the season, especially in July, Japanese beetles become a real problem here and they can quickly damage the foliage. Pick the beetles by hand when you see them. Now let's move on to Concord grapes in the ground on a large trellis. As you can see, they produce several healthy clusters of fruit each season. In terms of care, I follow a similar fertilization approach as my container grapes, but adjusted for a larger in-ground plant with more extensive root system. The main difference is scale. The in-ground vine can access more soil nutrients and moisture, so it generally supports stronger growth and higher production. The Concord grapevine naturally thins out some of its fruits on its own. But I also do a little fruit thinning to prevent overcrowding and help the remaining clusters develop better. As you can see on this cane, there are 2 clusters. that are close to each other, and I will get rid of one cluster, and that is the manual thinning that I do. And this way this cluster will grow better. Now let's take a look at my persimmon trees. 3 years ago, these trees gave me an incredible harvest. As you can see, I had more persimmons than my family could eat, and I was able to share plenty with friends and neighbors. However, the last 2 seasons have been disappointing. I have 2 persimmon trees. These are Japanese Fuyu persimmons, and both have been dropping a significant number of fruits. This year I've noticed another round of heavy fruit drop. I'm wondering if this issue could be related to inconsistent rainfall or watering or poor pollination or any other environmental factor. If you grow persimmons and have experienced similar problems, I would love to hear from you. What has helped you reduce fruit drop in your trees? Please share your tips and experiences in the comments below. I fertilize my persimmons in spring with Happy Frog Fruit and Flowers fertilizer. Finally, let's take a look at my blueberries. I have blueberry bushes tucked away in a few spots throughout the garden, and every spring they produce an abundance of berries. You might find this surprising, but I don't harvest any of them. These blueberries are grown entirely for the birds. Watching the birds enjoy the blueberries is one of the pleasures of having backyard garden. I fertilize the blueberries with Hollytone to help maintain acidic soil conditions that they prefer. These bushes are productive every year, and they provide both food and for wildlife and beautiful seasonal interest in the garden. Whether you are growing grapes in containers, managing large in-ground vines, troubleshooting persimmon fruit drop, or providing food for wildlife with blueberries, I hope this garden update has given you some useful ideas for your own garden. Thank you.